would you do if you woke up black?
Blame everyone but myself for my failures.
Wait. That was AI, bro. Just getting realer and realer every day. People in the comments don't even know. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't know. They're like, wow. AI is going to be used to control a lot of people's minds, man. Because when they start to look even more real, it's going to get bad, bro. But then again, AI is going to make a lot of people a lot of money if they can use it the right way. It's already making people a lot of money. But right now, bro, let's look at the negatives, bro. It's over. It's over, dog. There's about to be a lot of rage baiting, everything. Like I said the other day, they're going to start doing fake body cam footage, everything. But they're already using AI for pornography. And they could put like another woman's face onto bro, it's insane, bro. This is what people are doing in 2025.
Look, Carter here, live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Charlotte Reed reporting live from Clearwater Beach, where an unidentified... Just kidding, I'm not real.
Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To USA Shalom. This brother Amon Ariyah from the GMS Charlotte camp coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. And pretty much in this lesson, I wanted to speak about, this whole AI thing and how things are becoming more and more harder to tell if it is AI or if it is real. All right. So pretty much this video is like a exhortation, or what you could call a warning. All right. To watch out, for this AI, man. All right. Brothers that, bringing these articles out and using these videos, as your, pretty much for your lessons. Okay. Make sure that your content is legitimate, man. All right. Do your due diligence to make sure that you have accurate sources to substantiate that what you're bringing out is real, because this AI is getting more and more, all right, harder to differentiate between, real or fake. Okay. So before, we get into it, all right. Matter of fact, we're just going to go right into the scripture. I'm not even going to, rant anymore. So let's go straight to 1 Peter 4:7. And it reads, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer." Right. It says the end of all things that is at hand, and we see that. All right. We see Esau Edom, all right, is at his wit's end trying to figure out how to prolong his kingdom. All right. And as we draw closer to the end, we know that this AI is going to play a major factor in, all right, the persecution of the saints, all right, the mass deception of the people. And this is a major part of the beast system that we read about and constantly, bring out according to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay. So we are witnessing, all right, the image of the beast speaking, and the AI is a big proponent of that, man. All right. So we have to make sure that what we're bringing out is accurate. Okay. We can't just be going off of, different videos and things without looking these things up, because you don't want to be labeled a false prophet or have your credibility, put in question because things that you thought was real and you brought out, it came to be looked at as fake. Okay. Because, especially on these social media sites, TikTok and Instagram, you see a lot of brothers and so-called teachers, post these different things, and a lot of the time they're not fact checked. All right. And, most of it off the first glance, you can kind of tell that a lot of it's AI, but at the same time, sometimes it's hard to tell. So that's why I said you got to do your research. All right. If you can't find about 2 to 3, articles to see that that's true, then more than likely it's not. All right. Now, and like I said, you got to take that with a grain of salt. So this is why it says, all right, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right. Hey, pray for the spirit of discernment, because, like I said, we're gonna need that even more in the time that we're coming into, man. Okay. Esau is upgrading this AI to the point to where, like I said, man, things are all, coming into question. Okay, we don't know what we're seeing, if it's real or not anymore, man. All right, so you need that spirit of discernment. But the prophets, all right, are going to be shown, all right, the truth in the end. Okay, because we have the Holy Spirit, within us to see, all right, the truth of the matter. We're always gonna get to the bottom of this thing, man. Okay, so you true brothers and sisters that are out here teaching, sisters? You true brothers that are out here teaching, okay? Hey, use, all right, your spirit of discernment, all right, and make sure that we're bringing out everything that's true, okay? Because we know this devil has a lot of trickery up his sleeve, man. 2 Corinthians, all right, let me get that real quick. Second Corinthians 2:11 says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And like I said, man, we understand, all right, the role that this AI is going to play in this end, okay, in the end times, man. All right, hey, Esau has his deep fake, okay. He has the different programs, all right. I can't think of the ones off the top of my head now that I come to think of it, but I think the new one, I want to say it's called Veo. I forget the other one, Sora, and these different ones, where you literally are making scenes that look real, okay? And as you're seeing, it's just continuing to improve more and more, okay? We know the ploys of Satan, and we understand that it's going to come a point to where he's going to start using this technology to try to frame brothers, all right? He's going to have brothers' faces, on the screen, having us say shit we didn't say, making us look like we did shit that we didn't do. And the majority of the people, all right, that just take what they see without, really looking into it, they're going to be taken by this, man. Okay, but we understand that, look, the elect's not going to be fooled, okay? So this is why, like I said, we have to be 100% certain the things that we're bringing out is true, okay? Because it's stuff out there that, guys are posting is fake, all right? It's AI, man. And a lot of it be obvious, but, Jake be so thirsty to post shit that they don't even fact check nothing, man, okay? Hey, these so-called news articles that's coming out, different things that, pertain to prophecy, I remember it was one video that, me and the brothers was discussing, where the brother had posted that how Wells Fargo was closing down, all right, all throughout the country. Said Wells Fargo was pretty much going out of business. So before, that really went out like that, brothers in the camp, we did the research, and we saw that shit was bullshit, all right? But it was posted all over social media, all right? Instagram, you got different brothers commenting on it, thinking that it was real, all right? But you don't understand that, look, that's making your credibility come into play, come into question. So like when your page, which is normally, about news updates and different things going on, and in the midst of all that, you have false information being put out there, that makes you a false prophet. Like I said, now you're looked at as, pretty much unreliable when it comes to news, because we don't know what you're posting is true or not, man. And as a prophet, we're supposed to be making our call and election sure to make sure that what we're bringing out is true. Okay, we can't have any false reports in our doctrine. All right, any false reports on our name, because as the prophets, the scriptures tell you, man, hey, our report is supposed to be faithful and true, because the words that we're bringing out through Yahweh Shem Yahushua are just that. Okay, so this is Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false prophets, it's like a false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And that's going on now. Okay, hey, different false prophets are popping up with all misinformation, disinformation, bullshit. Hey, they got AI pages, okay, that claim to be posting, different things dealing with the Bible, but you know that the shit be fake. Like it was that one page. I remember a couple months back. All right, brothers was sharing, and it was saying bullshit, talking about Elon Musk speaks about the Hebrew Israelites, Bill Gates of hell. All right, he addressed the Hebrew Israelites, and the whole thing it's an AI page, no facts, no articles to substantiate these claims that these videos are talking about. All right, and you got brothers that was running with that, man. And I'll use the term brothers loosely because certain guys, all right, they're obviously being shown that they're not real prophets, man. The spirit is clearly not dealing with them because, like I said, if it was, they would know of what they're bringing out, you know. So at the end of the day, you don't want to be numbered among the false prophets, okay? Because the AI is being used as a means to bring deception into this thing, man. All right, because Esau wants to have it to where he can put a blot on the ministry because, like I said, you can't be thirsty to bring out some information because a lot of it be dudes do this shit for views and likes, man. All right, so you got to know at the end of the day, these things are being done because they're trying to fool the world. All right, but the elect's not gonna be deceived, man. All right. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. And that's what's going to happen to the majority of you people out there that just watch the videos for entertainment. All right, a lot of you guys that are trying to put yourself in the position to think that you are a prophet. All right, that you're a teacher, but you're just an agent for Satan, man. You're gonna be fooled along with the rest of the world that don't have the spirit, man. Okay, because Esau Edom is showing, all right, all the power that he has been given on the left hand, and this AI is one of the major ways that he's showing that, man. All right, so as we continue on, all right, things are gonna get tricky out here, man. Okay, because we've already seen, all right, previews of how this shit is being used, man. Remember about a year or two ago, they were showing the rise of the AI, fake scam phone calls where they were calling using somebody voice, demanding money be sent somewhere because they were being held hostage. This is why, hey, when it comes down to even you answering the phone, all right, hey, I noticed within my shit, man. It's been an increase of just random numbers calling your phone, man. Don't just be answering every single call that you get, especially if you don't know who that is, because a lot of the times you answer the phone and it'll be a silence and you're just sitting there, hello. That's the AI, taking and recording on your voice, because they said that it only needs about 10 to 15 seconds, all right, to get it recording on your voice, and now it has your whole speech pattern, and that could be used as a means to be used as a weapon against you. All right, so these different things are all Esau using these signs, these signs and lying wonders, man. Okay, like I said, I already spoke about the deep fake, and the list goes on, man. Hey, we gotta think that, look, a lot of the stuff that we see on social media and even on the news, we gotta wonder if that even real. Like you see a lot of these events that's taking place. The video showed in the beginning, all right, the guy was explaining how, hey, a lot of this AI is going to be used to rage bait you people into doing some stupid shit, man. All right, hey, we see these different body cam videos of these cops fucking up niggas. Some of that could be fake. Different bombings that we see going on, videos that we see all throughout TikTok and Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. You gotta really look into it and make sure that these things are real before you jump on camera and bring these things out. Because, hey, Satan is at work right now, man. Okay? Verse 11. And for this cause, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they might all be damned who believe not the truth and had pleasure in unrighteousness. Because, hey, the masses of what they call the goyim or the useless eaters, they're gonna eat up whatever Esau puts on his media, man. All right. So when they begin to turn their attention to the prophets and have these different, staged, events happen, they're gonna believe it, and that's what's gonna be used to turn, all right, the focus on the Israelites and make them, all right, target number one, okay? Because they're already putting in, they already got the legislation in works, all right, on the books, okay, to already blame the Israelites for saying we're this, domestic tea, all right, that we're the real reason that, things are fucked up out here, and these people, all it's going to take is one false flag, a major event, okay, some bullshit video that they're going to plaster all over the news, different, articles. They might even use, fake videos and interviews, whatever. Hey, it's all type of possibilities that this AI could bring that's going to be used to fool the minds of the people. All right. So you gotta have a true spirit of discernment, all right, to be able to know what's real and what's fake in these times, man. Okay. And that really starts with us, what we bringing out, man. Okay. This is First Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. It says, a bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given the hospitality, apt to teach. But I brought this out because I want to focus on this first part. It says a bishop must be blameless, because at the end of the day, we cannot do anything, all right, that could possibly, lead to putting the blame on the ministry, all right, and the main way that is done, all right, is through false doctrine, okay, false doctrine or bringing out some shit that's not true, okay. So we got to make sure that we're on point with all that, because like the brother Tazamat, made a good point on the video we did the other day when we was talking about this topic. All right, hey, when you bring something out that was untrue, and you're questioned on it, and you don't have the reliable sources to substantiate that thing you brought out, like I said, that brings into question your credibility, and now you have a blot on you. All right. Now you're looked at as a false prophet because you didn't look into what it is that you were bringing out, man. This is a big deal, man. All right. You got to make sure that you know what you're posting. Okay. All right. This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. It says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail. And part of you doing your due diligence, all right, is to research, to look these things up. Like the scripture says, study to show thyself to prove. All right, the studying is to know, look, you're looking into what you're bringing out. You're not just seeing something and jumping right into a video to bring it out, to try to be the first one to talk about this topic or whatnot. No, you got to look into these things, man. All right, the Lord gave you all the material that you need to be able to look into these things, man. All right, research, find sources, man. All right, like I said, you can't find at least 2 to 3 reliable sources to bring credibility to that topic, to that thing, that video or whatever it is, that news article. Don't bring it out. If you can't find multiple videos that's saying the same thing, but like I said, it's the source behind it, don't bring that shit out, man. Okay? This is all part about us making our call of election sure, because we want to make sure, like the scriptures say in Revelation 14, man, there's no guile found in our mouth, man. There's no trickery, no gimmicks, no deceit. All right. Everything that we're about is making sure that our words is faithful and true, like our power, man. Okay. We can't be ignorant on none of that stuff, man. Sirach 5:15. It says, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. All right. You got to know exactly what it is that you're looking into and you're bringing out, man. All right. Because we know that this devil, he's at work. Okay. So I'm going to end it with this. This is 1 Peter 5:8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking who he may devour. And that's exactly what this devil is trying to do. He's trying to trip you up. All right. He's trying to, do anything to disenchant people from listening to us. All right, cause your faith to come into question. And ultimately it's to bring persecution. This is why this AI, all right, is ultimately is being geared up to use, man, to bring persecution unto the prophets. So now, hey, like I said, you have to be able to walk in the spirit. You have to have the spirit of discernment. You got to know what it is of what's true and what's not, and you do that by sticking to the doctrine. Okay, stay in tune with the spirit. All right, know what the spirit of the body's bringing out. Okay, stay on the news. All right, news and prophecy should be the main thing brothers are looking into throughout the week, man. Watching different brothers looking up what's going on in the world and tying everything back to prophecy, staying in the scriptures, man. All right, and that you won't be found, all right, confounded, man. So with that, Lord willing, I just wanted to bring this out really quick. Lord willing, it was edifying. Until the next time I say, call halam la, Yahweh ba'ashem Yahushai, ba'ashem Racha HaKodash, double honors to my apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well, and peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time I say, shalom.